Welcome back to the channel. I am Antrell, and if you are into books, if you are into vlogging, if you are into fashion, and also I would like to get into maybe some different tea selections soon, really soon, you are in the right place. Today I have 5 book recommendations for you. And because we are in the cozy season, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you are maybe reading some horror books because it is October, or you're into thrillers or suspenseful books, you're in the right place today. You're in the absolute right place. Today, I will be giving you 5 thriller, suspenseful book recommendations. So, if you guys are ready, let's get into the first video. Book on the list is going to be The Widow's Husband's Secret. And this is by one of my favorite authors, Frida McFadden. And guys, this is a short book. It is available on audio. So it is a quick run through of the book. So if you are looking for something that's straight to the point, that is suspenseful, and that will keep you interested, this will be the book for you. Alice is our main character in the book, and Alice is shopping and trying to keep her mind off of something when she feels as though she's being followed. She's being followed and she can't understand who is following her. But she gets a glimpse of this guy that she notices that's following her, and he looks a lot like her husband. But Alice knows that it's not her husband because her husband has passed away. He's no longer on earth. But she doesn't understand why this man's look so closely to like her husband, but it couldn't be him because he's no longer with us. So, I mean, like this book has so many twists and turns, and what you feel like you know, you absolutely will not know. Even to the very end of the book, you will be like, aha, really? So, when I tell you, I think this book is a quick read or listen and you should get into it, absolutely, I will recommend. It is suspenseful, it's not gory or anything like that. Just something to really heighten the senses and to definitely keep you entertained. I'm going to give this one here, I'm going to give this one here a, I was really thinking about this because I thought it was suspenseful enough, but I'm going to give it a 3.5. Definitely a 3.5 stars. But I love it. I love it. In my opinion, Frida McFadden can do no wrong. I love all of her books, and this is a good one to get into. The next book on our list is going to be Don't Believe Her by Nicole Sanders. This book, I absolutely was angry with some of the time, frustrated, and wanting to just understand what is absolutely going on. It was one of those books, right? Um, and it definitely kept me uh, paying attention because I felt like if you kind of glossed over something, you would miss it. But definitely, I think this book gives the suspense that it needs to. And it's not really a thriller. I would say more suspenseful, and will definitely keep you on your toes as far as what is going on within the book. Our main character, Ellie, has a pretty good life. She's got a new fiance, she has a daughter, and things seem to be going pretty good for her. Nothing really right now seems to be in her way. There is one thing that's plaguing poor Ellie. She has been trying to find out and figure out where is her best friend. Ellie and Carla were best friends and they pretty much did everything together. Around 16 years old, Carla decides that she wants to leave, and she just gets up in the middle of the night and just says, "Hey, I'm leaving." And after this, Ellie never speaks to Carla again. So Ellie decides she's going to search for her best friend. She has not heard from her best friend, and she doesn't understand what is absolutely going on and why, if they had such a good friendship, why isn't she reaching out? Why has she tried to find her? Ellie has tried to find her, but she has had no luck. No one will believe her. Not her new fiance, not even Carla's mother herself. So Ellie can't really understand. She feels as though something is really wrong here, and she's going to get down to the bottom of it. This book, man, that's all I'm going to say. If you guys like trying to figure out something, but you get very invested in the book and emotions are getting involved, this book is definitely for you. It will have you invested 110%. I think this is a great read. I'm going to give this one another 3.5. You can get through it fairly quickly. It is definitely a attention grabber. It will keep you in. Next book is by our girl again, Frida McFadden. Yes, she has another one that I'm going to get into, and I had to absolutely get into it. I think anything that comes across me and it has something to do with Frida McFadden, I am definitely getting on it because, again, I absolutely love her. So this one is called The Boyfriend, y'all. And by the title, I just thought it has to be really good. Is the boyfriend the killer? Is the boyfriend the cheater? What is happening? It's something around the boyfriend, but anything that has to do with a weird boyfriend, I'm definitely into. It sounds like it's going to be a attention grabber. So I definitely had to get into it. And this one, I would say, had me definitely guessing all the way through the book. It had a lot of suspense and a lot of, that type of deal going on. But I really felt as though with this one, um, it had a nice twist to it. I'm going to say that because I didn't want it to be your typical, because I'm a horror fan and I didn't want it to be your typical storyline about that cheating boyfriend or that crazy boyfriend or something like that. So I was pleasantly pleased with this one. The story is based around a woman named Sydney. Sydney has had her share of bad dates and she just wants to find the man of her dreams. She wants to find that one. And she's been on dates with men who have lied to her. She's been out on dates where she's went out to dinner. They've left her with the bill to pay. And quite frankly, she's sick of it. She just wants someone who's going to be invested and interested in her, and she can just have a true love, right? Who doesn't want that? I absolutely understand it. She comes across this guy who she's absolutely head over heels for, and she has a gut feeling this is too good to be true. Y'all, definitely get into this one. Um, that's all I'm going to say because I've been known to spoil a lot of the book. Let's just say there's a lot to unravel with this one. A lot of twists and turns. A lot of different characters come into play, and they all are in Sydney's life, and it's just a lot. That's all I'm going to say. But it's definitely a must read. I feel like if you like suspenseful books and if you have had issues with dating or you just like books that have dating boyfriends, friendships, weird craziness in it, this one's for you. I'm going to give the boyfriend probably, ooh, I don't know. I think I'm going to give the boyfriend, I feel like I'm going to give the boyfriend a 3.5 as well. I don't know why I'm giving out these 3 stars, but I feel as though this one grabbed my attention, but I just was anticipating it to be a little bit more. But yeah, I think it's still a must read. You will definitely love it. And this is the cuddle season. So either it will have you thinking that maybe I need to be on high alert with different things if I'm starting to date. And because people do start to look for their persons around the fall season and things like that. So it'll have you thinking twice about who you're coming in contact with and to be on high alert. Book on our list is Just the Nicest Couple by Mary Kabuka. And this one definitely made me side eye neighbors and friends because you never know who you're living next to. And this book made me second guess, who do you really have coming to visit you? Are you really befriending? All of the things, because I started to question everything just with this book. Jack Hayes goes missing, and his wife, Nina, is thinking possibly when he was missing that maybe it was just because they had a misunderstanding the night before and he was just going to stay at a hotel or with a friend to blow off some steam until things blow over. Days go by and Nina has not heard from her husband. So she's really starting to question, maybe he's not just blowing off steam, maybe something bad has definitely happened. Nina talks to a friend by the name of Lily, and she lets her know what's actually going on and her suspicion about her husband. And little does Lily know, after hearing all of this information, she might be the last person that Nina's husband has actually come in contact with. This book, when I tell you, man, it's just an eye opener. And when I tell you, just hold on tight to these words. People really love hard. They love hard. They're sticking together. That's all I have to say. That's it. And you make your own judgments when you get into the actual book. But when I tell you it is so good, it is so good. Nina will not stop looking for her husband. But can you just only imagine having a argument with your husband and then poof, all of a sudden he doesn't show up for 2 or 3 days? Absolutely not. I will be on alert like Nina, trying to find my husband and identify what the heck is going on and where is he? This is not like him. She has to be going through a lot, but when you get into this book, you'll know exactly why Nina is so invested. Whew, y'all, this is definitely a page turner. I definitely was feeling this book. It is definitely suspenseful, and you will absolutely love it. I'm going to give this one another 3.5 stars. If you have an opportunity, look, this is the time. It's getting a little chilly outside, and what better way to just snuggle up with a book or put it on and listen, drink and sip some tea, and just relax. And the last book will be The Lake House by Sarah Beth Durst. Guys, when I tell you this one here, this is a YA book. Okay. And I did not think that I would ever be into YA books, but I definitely found myself getting into this one. And it was definitely a page turner. This one was a thriller for sure, and it was very suspenseful, and it really kept my attention from the beginning of the book to the end. It is very is wordy a thing in a book being very wordy. So our main character was Claire, and um she definitely had a lot to say. It was very wordy. I hope that makes sense here. It was very wordy. um so a lot of talking was going on. So our one of our girls by the name of Claire was on a camping trip, was going to a campground with two other girls. All three of the girls were recommended by their parents to go to this campground and basically discover themselves. But when they get to this campground, and they get to the campground by boat, they get to the campground and it is June, and they're supposed to stay there until August. So the girls get to the campground, their boat drops them off. They start their travels to the campground, but when they get to the camp stations themselves, I guess the camp house itself, they notice that it is burnt to crisp. There's no camp house. There is nobody there except for them. This becomes very clear to the girls that they are in a lot of trouble. Not only is there not a camp house for them to stay in, but no one will be back to get the girls until August. This is so scary to me because I feel as though this could definitely happen to anyone. First of all, I'm not going to any camp house, campground, or anything of the sort where I'm dropped off by boat. I just don't have enough confidence in the world. I absolutely do not. So that really had me on edge for them. They come across a dead body and they realize that things are going to get real. It is about to get real. So if you are going camping anytime soon, maybe you might not want to read this book or listen to it, but it will have you kind of creeped out, because just from some of the storytelling and the places that they are and involved with, it will just have you feeling sad for them and creeped out all together. Definitely will have you on edge, and it is filled with a lot of suspense as well. So this one is a thriller and a suspenseful one. So I absolutely love this one. The storytelling in this one was wonderful. It is a YA book again, and I did not believe that I would even enjoy this, but I absolutely did. I found myself really enjoying this one. This one I'm going to also give a 3.5. But this one will be a nice cuddle up with book. And if you like being scared around October, this is just enough creep for you to get into without it being overwhelming. So I definitely would recommend this one right now. If you can jump on it, get into it, do so right away. You can have just enough spook for the October spooky season and not get you weirded out. So I definitely recommend that. Was our 5 book recommendation. And I gotta say, I was not disappointed. I was hoping for the best and hoping that they gave me a little something, because I'm going to tell you, sometimes you can see books and feel like, oh, from the cover, or maybe even for the little synopsis inside of the book, that this is going to be what I want, and it's absolutely not what you want. And then also, I took a chance on a YA book. So that's huge for me. And I had never really even gotten into any YA books. And this one didn't disappoint. I actually liked it kept me entertained. So I was pleasantly pleased. If you have gotten into any of these books, let me know in the comments. What books are you reading currently in this little cozy season or this spooky season? Recommend some books to me. Maybe I can get into. I would absolutely love that. I'm always looking for book recommendations, making maybe even taking a turn and going down another genre that I had no idea that I even would like. So I'm into or interested in that. Subscribe, follow, and like, leave a comment, and I will see you guys on the next video. Stay cozy. Bye.